So, don't really know what went on there with the recording, but we won against Ant. So, yay! See you guys in match number 3. All right, match number 3, we're going to be on the play. And the hand is kind of poopy. Doesn't really do a whole lot. Yeah, I think we got him all that one. This hand is better-ish. Let's go ahead and keep this. We will put back, honestly, the Questy B. I think there's a lot that can be done off of this Bossing Say and Collector Oof. Wasteland. Yeah, Wastelanding, our only land for turn, is huge. Aha! Get wrecked. Alright, so don't know what our opponent's doing besides wastelanding us. Oh, they're the black-green deck. Alright, so maybe not wasteland looping, but definitely doing a lot. Yeah. And then we'll pass. Yeah, they're gonna try to pox us. Okay. So pay life, do that. And then what you gonna do? I think now that we've actually got like a kind of okay clock, I'm super fine with this. I don't necessarily like the idea of them making a bunch of blockers with their Eumidian hatchery, but that's fine. Alright, let's see what opponent does. Okay, opponent goes Catacombs, crack. Probably going to get a Bayou, if I had to take a guess. Yeah. Tapping both of those to... Yep, alright, cool. We are getting poxed. Lose a life. And sack a creature. Discard a card. It's probably this, if I had to take a guess. And then sack a land. They discard their sack their hatchery. Do that. Make 2 dudes. You're convoking. God, this deck plus Gravestorm goes so hard. Okay. Convoke out the Hogak. And... well, we're going to play this Veteran Explorer. We're going to sack this Veteran Explorer. Opponent is going to search their deck for some stuff. We're going to search our deck for some stuff. We're going to get a mountain and this other forest. And yeah, alright. So now we will get a swamp and the mountain. I said mountain forest, it's swamp. We're going to go ahead and put this swamp onto the battlefield and play this mountain for turn, and then we will pass. So the big problem is we don't have any real way to kill this Hogak, which is unfortunate. And then they Wither Bloom Charm. Gross. Okay. Sacked the land. Drew 2 cards. Yeah. Should have done it in response, admittedly. Because I have to choose that before they sack. So that would have been real nice. Alright. So we're definitely feeling the effects of this a little bit. There's another Eumidian hatchery, and there's their own Orky Bow, getting rid of our Orky Bow. I think we can honestly just scoop it up there, because we have no means of killing that Hogak. And let's just see. Yeah, Veteran Explorer was not going to get there. Okay. So, sideboarding against Pox. What cards do we want to bring in? I mean, obviously, Leyline of the Void seems really strong here. And her opponent's talking about the Golgari mirror. Honestly, though, homie, the Golgari mirror is crazy. All right, Oof is gone, and actually, Rise of Sozin's probably fine, as is. Honestly, a lot of this is actually kind of good. So we're definitely going to take out the From the Catacombs and the Collector Oof. The Questing Beast is good. Gets through a lot of their 1/1s. This Ominous Harvest is kind of trash. Is there a reason for us to bring in this Op Agent? Not really. There is maybe some logic to Disruptor Flute, though there's not much to Veil of Summer beyond trying to maybe protect our hand a little bit. Keeping Grist is okay. Now we're just kind of hemming and hawing about it. I do definitely think that Emrakul's okay, but it's definitely slow. I think if anything, this Questy Bee could be the drop here. Or it's a Flare. Wow. But this is also the... Yeah, we're just going to drop a Cabal. Alright? You don't want to have that in your hand when you are on the draw, but we're on the play. Yeah. Yeah, you know what? We're going to run it. Commit. Alright, so we're going to be on the play. And this hand is terrible. This hand is also terrible. Let's see. Let's respond to this opponent. Alright, so we got to mull this hand. And we'll keep this one because I don't think we can realistically go any lower and be happy about this. We'll drop the Ugin and the Lazotep Quarry and just really hope that everything else goes well. Opponent's telling us to enjoy, but they're a Wasteland deck. I don't know if I can play any of my cards into a potential Wasteland. Oh god, and they start with 7. Alright, we're going to start off with a Nurturing Peatland. Probably the riskiest play that we can make here because we're sacrificing our only black source. Potentially, if we run this into a Wasteland, but again, we just kind of have to accept it and then pass to our opponent. Welp, the worst has happened. We saw it coming, and we did not avoid it. Let's see. Alright, well, if that's the situation that we find ourselves in, then let's go ahead and play this and see what we can do from here. Alright, Snow-Covered Forest into... This might be a repeat of last game. Okay, they go for Mox. They get rid of the Ghost Quarter Bayou and that for a Life from the Loam. Whoo, that is really bad for us. Alright, we're going to go ahead and do this. And honestly, I think we're just going to blow this up. I mean, they're gonna definitely just get another land here. They've got plenty. We kind of just ramped them a little bit, but we kind of have to accept that. Alright, yeah, they did the thing. They went and wastelanded our Beseiju. So we're probably right at the verge of dead. Yeah. Depending on what they do here. So they threw that Witherbloom charm into the graveyard. Okay. I think we may be kind of hosed, depending on what they do. Another life from the loam. Good God. Okay, well, that's something. I mean, sacrifice this. Yeah, yield to all. We will get some basics. They will get some basics. And then maybe next turn we can do lots of things. Alright, let's get a forest and a forest. We'll put this forest onto the battlefield. And then we'll play this forest. And then we will pass to our opponent. That's not the worst turn. Once upon a time, getting what, though? They get Barrowgoyf. Barrowgoyf is a pretty strong pickup from our opponent. Barrowgoyf is going to... Alright, you thought seized away our creature. That is rough. Well, what are we going to do here? I think the answer is we're just going to do this. We're going to Cabal Therapy our opponent. We're going to name Hogak, Arisen Necropolis, and yay, we take a Hogak. Alright, we can. Let's go ahead and make a copy of Veteran Explorer. Sacrifice that. And then we're going to choose target player. And honestly, I think we just name I think we just got to name Pox. Maybe we just name Pox? Yeah. Yeah. Smallpox. I mean, smallpox definitely isn't the thing to name here. We should have named the Witherbloom charm, but I think either way we were gonna be cooked with this swing here, because it's just they return some stuff. Yeah. Okay. We die. Goodbye, opponent. Goodbye. Goodbye. GG's. Yeah. I'm so sure we're cooked in this situation. We'll give it one draw. We will give it one draw. But yeah, we're super dead. There is no coming back from this. Alright. Casting all their spells, drawing a bunch of cards. Life from the Loaming. Getting back to Saga. And... Yep. They got this one. I'm almost certain. Yeah, that Malevolent Rumble was definitely not gonna get us anywhere good. Okay. See you guys in match number 4. Alright, match number 4. We're going to be on the draw, and the hand's okay. It's not great. It's a little slow. This hand is garbage. It's just hot garbage. But we'll try it. We'll throw a Chaos Defiler back. Honestly, at this point, I don't know if there's a whole lot more that we can do to make these hands better. Alright, so they're getting Underground Sea, and are we going to get oopsed? Okay, Thoughtseize probably just taking either the oof or the Green Sun. Which, Green Sun's probably the better take here. If I had to guess anything. Okay, they go for Urza's Bobble. Urza's Bobble. Neat. Okay, bobbling us. Bobbling us. And we hit a snow-covered forest. Okay. They draw some cards. And they are back up to a pretty decent grip. They're going to ponder. This is all the game actions. All of them. Okay. So they are fetching, getting another Underground Sea, and Tamiyo. Tamiyo going Kablamio. Alright. There's the last known card. There is an oof. And we are at your mercy, opponent. Please. Okay. There's a daze. Alright, so we are getting just tempoed out of this game. Slowly but surely. Alright. Good God. Flow state in this deck is really strong. Alright, Lazotep Quarry. I don't hate that, but it's not getting us any closer to casting our uncastable 5 and 6 drops. We are looking a little less than pleased with this hand. Alright, so Tamiyo swings in, makes a clue. Are they going to Thoughtseize us again? Oh, no, they just play Nethergoyf. Here's Brainstorm. Tamiyo's going to flip. They can enter the flow state again. That's going to be really strong. Alright. Sure. You wasteland our bossing, say. We will... Okay. Play a snow-covered forest. I mean... We'll pass. Alright, do you have force? Do you have force? Do you have days? Cool. Let's throw that there. And look at the top 3. Shuffle and then draw a card. Okay, they drew a card. Didn't shuffle. That's probably just as scary. Honestly, we'll take this. We will take this all day. Moon Shadow is a crazy draw for our opponent. Okay. That is not a card that I expected to see out of our opponent here. So we're not going to do anything with this card. Instead, we're just going to let our opponent cast more of their stuff. Okay, well, let's cast this. Do you have any good cards, opponent? Oh. 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 That is a really good card, opponent. That is a very, very good card. 5, yeah, we got a block. We got a block. Do your thing, do your thing, do your thing, opponent. Alright, you're going to make your Moon Shadow big AF. Which, real, we can't really deal with that. What did you exile? You pitched a Daze to your Force of Will. I hate it, but I respect it. Surprising that they didn't crack their Mishra's Bauble either. Okay, so they got back a flow state, going into the flow state, and doming us for 3. And they put some cards in their hand, and we are playing a Nurturing Peatland. Okay. I'm just saying, we could potentially... should we have maybe played that there? Yeah. Yeah. Well, there is our Rise of Sozin. I mean, Chaos Defiler's probably just as strong of a take. But that was just a punt. I think we got to concede this one out of just respect to the game at this point. Because I don't think we could get anywhere. Yeah, that was not going to get there. Okay, so this one, we're going to go ahead, side out this Ominous Harvest. It's not the greatest card. We're going to side out this Collector Oof. It's not a great card. And what do we want? Probably just Veils. Like, Op Agent's cool, but Veil seems a lot stronger. And let's throw back a Malevolent Rumble and run it like this. Legacy is a beast. Shout out to everybody that loves this format, but it is unforgiving. Okay, let's be on the play. This hand would be a lot cooler if we had some different stuff. This hand is cool, and we do have things. We'll keep it. We will put back a... Let's put back that Besage. Yeah. Alright, we're going to start with Veteran Explorer here. If they counter it, our whole plan falls apart. They didn't counter it. So that's good. There's a Thoughtseize. That is less good. Say goodbye to this Endurance. Okay. Well, we will sack you. Yeah. We will happily trigger this veteran explorer ability. Go green, green. And then watch our opponent get Swamp Island. Nope, just Swamp. Okay. And then we will get... Let's go ahead and get a Swamp Mountain. We'll put the Swamp into play tapped. We'll play the Mountain for turn. And then we'll pass. Now, this Alpha Deathclaw could be really sick if we could ever end up playing it. Alright, Flooded Strand. And opponent's just gonna pass on your end step? Endurance? Endurance targeting you? Okay, get that. Surveil. Maybe turn your thing into a 2-3. Okay. Wow. That was a pretty strong turn for our opponent. Alright, so 1, 2... Alright. Well, there is that. That is just such a dog water draw for us. Wow. That was insanely bad. Well, good news is Emrakul would be cheaper if we see it. This Alpha Deathclaw is going to look cool if we can hit it. Let's see, that's 6. We've got 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Well, it is not going to be a good one. Alright, we're taking 4 on the chin here. We're taking 5 on the chin here. Okay. Wow, this is awful. And we can only do this as a sorcery. Alright, yeah, we're going to sacrifice the Lazotep Quarry to its own ability. Alright. Shuffle your entire thing back into your deck, please, opponent. And... okay. Moonshadow. Okay, that's going to be 1. Okay. This isn't bad. Okay, Chaos Defiler definitely getting forced here. Alright, which card do we want to take? It's probably that. Alright. I don't hate this. We're doing things. I guess we're doing things. Alright. Opponent's about to have a... okay. Not too bad. Not bad, not bad. I can respect what's happening here. I don't like what's happening here anymore. Wasteland. Okay. Well, let's draw a card. It saved you. Neat. Tight. Tight, tight, tight. So, anyway, comma. Alright, we are swinging in with our Chaos Defiler and the Endurance. Alright, one of these is gonna die. Cool. No, we're not gonna stop yielding. Yep. Alright. And then we choose it. And then yay! Alright, what do we want here? I think it's just Alpha Deathclaw that we want. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so now you're countering this. Force of Negation is an insane one. Okay, exile that. That's rad. It's not rad. We would have taken the initiative. Alright, what are you doing? Wastelanding, nothing. Fatal pushing that, though. Getting the revolt trigger is insane. Alright, well, we will Malevolent Rumble. We'll get this, because I guess we have to. And then we can't really Cabal Therapy anything. We will just Beseiju that. You don't have anything else in your library, do you? Huh. Well, now we're kind of in a weird spot because do we want to even do anything with this? I don't know if we can do anything cool with this. I mean, we're gonna have to, like, okay. Urza's Bauble. Okay. What you casting here, opponent? What you casting? Is it gonna be a... I think it's gotta be Murktide Regent. Murktide's probably the strongest card that they could play. But if they had Murktide, they would just do it for its full value. Okay, they just go Nethergoyf. Neat. Alright. Well, that is definitely a card. Let's start by Cabal Therapying. Alright, we're going to hit the Force of Will. Oh God. Alright. Alright. Brainstorm is huge. Brainstorm is so big. If they hit Brainstorm into exactly Force here, we look so dumb. Oh God, do they hit? Okay, they didn't hit it. They didn't hit it. They didn't hit it. Let's go. Alright, swinging in with our humble 1/1. Alright, they go for the Mishra's Bauble. They bobble, targeting us. And then they Brainstorm. And then... they're going to do something. There's a Ponder. Are they going to shuffle? They shuffle. Okay. So they knew that the cards that they could have drawn were pretty poopy. But now we are left with the poopy sensation because we don't know what our deck can bring us right now besides misery. There's another Goyf. It's a 3/4. Alright, you draw a card. Oh, heck yeah. Love that. Well, do we want to do this actually? Yes. Alright, the other Chaos Defiler. You consign our Chaos Defiler? You villain. Alright, swinging with both of these dudes. I mean, you do that. Pretty sure there's nothing else in our deck that we can fetch. There might be one. Oh no, we got 2 more snow-covered forests that we can get out of our deck. Opponent doesn't have anything, which is good. And we tie up this match. That's so awesome. Okay, did not expect to get there with that one. I mean, do we want to do anything else? Like, Leyline of the Void always seems so good, but Endurance also just does work. I mean, is this a deck that runs with One Ring? No. Okay. We'll bring that back in. We'll bring that back in, and we'll just run it like this. I think these Veil of Summers are just the exact thing that we need, and nothing more. Okay. This hand is definitely an interesting one. The fact that we can go therapy, into just a bunch of different things is actually kind of sweet. Admittedly, the therapy line means that we cannot lose anything in our hand. Alright, so opponent mulls to 6. They start with a Thoughtseize. Probably going to take a therapy. Maybe take an endurance. But turn 2 we can go Green Sun into something, and that's really good too. Alright, they take a Cabal Therapy, which means we should probably go for our own therapy, naming Force of Will? I mean, Nethergoyf is also pretty good. Mindbreak Trap. Okay. Alright, so they ponder. They hit that. Nethergoyf. Wow. That's an insane set of draws. Goodness. Wow, that is also an insane draw for us. Alright, we will. Let's go ahead and do this. X equals 1. We'll Veteran Explorer. We'll Cabal Therapy them. Sacking the Veteran Explorer. Alright, we're going to name Mindbreak Trap as much as we don't want to. Yeah, let's do the Mindbreak Trap. Mindbreak Trap. Mind Break, Trap, and Moon Shadow. Neat. Okay. And then we will do this to get the other one. Wow, this is just nutty feeling. Holy cow. Okay, I really do get why people love Legacy. This deck, this format just feels disgusting in the best way possible. Yeah, let's go ahead and get Swamp Forest or Swamp Mountain. And then I love thought seizing someone into nothing, but thought seizing someone and ramping is really just peak. But okay. Fail to find. Moon Shadow. Moon Shadow leaves your hand. And then, well, if we could do that, we would. But we won't. Alright. Opponent's going to Tamiyo. And then they will do that. I mean, at this point, it would just be silly not to, right? That's 4, 5, 6. Yeah, we just do this for x equals 6 Alpha Deathclaw. Kill their Nethergoyf. Oh no. Oh no. I feel so bad for you, opponent. I'm sorry. That's rough. That's so rough. Alright. Oh. Brutal. And you draw it? Ugh. Alright. We are now 2-2 in our second Legacy League. That's kind of rad. I'll see you guys in match number 5. Alright, match number 5. We're on the play. The kids may be eaten with this one. Is this actually a good hand, though? I don't think it is. We gotta mull that. Is this hand better? I don't think it is. But we're gonna try it. Let's put back this Ominous Harvest. It's definitely the worst card in the deck. And then go from there. Alright. There is a Nurturing Peatland with no other play. Say go. And opponent goes for Prismo. And does nothing else. Okay. We hit Chaos Defiler. Yep. We are not in a good spot. Turn 2, no play, no land is definitely real bad. Definitely real bad. Opponent goes Island and passes. We are seeing them play a Swamp. Keen Duelist. Okay. So the double Bob. Okay. Double Bob would go crazy. You know what? I fear nothing. Mm. Mm. Neat. You know what? Actually, I think we are just going to let this one go. I want to hold on to this flare and see what I can do. And I will exile a green card from my hand. I'm going to exile this oof. I'm going to flash in this endurance, targeting myself, put my Ugin back on the bottom of my library. And sure, is it going to be on top? No. But it'll be something. Okay. Now, there is a very high chance we hit a land here. Flare of Cultivation versus Emrakul. Yeah. Yeah. That is a card that our opponent could hit. We are absolutely about to take two here. Actually, you know what? Yeah, we're going to take this too. We're going to take this too. And hopefully, be able to play this Chaos Defiler. Likely not, though. And on that note, we are definitely just going to scoop this one up. Jesus. Okay. The Emrakul hit was insane. What do we want to bring in here? Probably. Because it's each player. It's each player. It's each player. I mean, we got to keep some of our high value stuff. Let's take out Oof and that. And their black deck. We'll play these Veils. And what else do we want to get rid of here? It's probably... I don't think it's a Rumble. I think it is Questing Beast, though. I definitely think it's Questing Beast or Ugin. But being able to hit Ugin could be useful later on. Alright. Is this hand good? The answer is no. Actually, yeah, it is. It's fine. It's fine. It's so fine. Because we can go turn 2 Green Sun for 1 into Flare, into Orky Bow. Yeah. Alright. Your go, opponent. Your go. Snow-covered forest. Please no Cabal Rituals into Keen Duelists. Okay, opponent fetches, Thoughtseize, taking Green Sun, and this hand is just dog water now. This hand sucks so much now. Okay. We are in a pretty bad spot. So, leaving us with the Bowman is definitely the smart thing. Yeah. Yeah, they see the line. They know ball. Okay. We're going to play Rumble. We are going to rumble into a... Honestly, do we rumble into this Alpha Deathclaw or do we rumble into the Endurance? Weirdly enough, I actually think that it may be the Endurance more so than the Alpha Deathclaw, but now I'm really thinking about it. That gets rid of any permanent, so... Yeah, Alpha Deathclaw. And then I guess next turn we can just Flare of Cultivation. get some lands, play them. Flare lets us go turn 4 Alpha Deathclaw, which is really good. Okay, opponent hits the Brainstorm. Looking for more cards. Hopefully finding lands and counter spells for themselves, and then we're gonna hope for the best. Okay, so opponent went for the Undercity Sewer and keep their stuff on top line. We're going to play that Flare. Do this. Should we maybe force them to shuffle their deck? There's a chance. But, like, I'm not that pressed about it. Alright, so that all is going there. We will swing this, and even though it's dealing nothing, we're sending a message. We are not the one to trifle with, opponent. I am the one who knocks. Oh. Oh. Oppa Gangnam Style? Oh, yep. Yup. Okay. Alright, I fear nothing. I fear nothing. You don't have days. You don't have force of will. I fear nothing. Oh, shit. Okay, that was a consign. I should fear something. I should fear some stuff. They hit a swamp. That's good. I hit it from the catacombs. That's even better. Brainstorm. Draw some cards. Do some things. Now, I can almost make this monstrous. From the catacombs is actually going to be really solid if I can connect. Okay, they get an underground sea. There's another keen duelist. Okay. Being able to double up on some triggers is actually going to be wild if our opponent does it. I think we need to move to combat. Swing. Deal 5. Okay. Can we kill them this turn? I don't know if we can kill them completely. I don't know if we can kill them completely, and that's the problem. Okay. Let's go ahead and green Sun Zenith for X equals 3. Get a Grist, the Hunger Tide. Grist will sacrifice this to kill this. And then, alright, opponent and I reveal Green Sun, Chrome Mox. Let's go. Okay. We deal 1 to him. We deal 1 to him. Now, had we saved that Grist, we could have just done some even better things. Yay! We won the game! Woo! Yippee! Alright, so this is a terrifying matchup. Alright, we're gonna run it back though. Okay. Game number 3. Everything's on the line. Mull this hand. Can we keep this with everything on the line? I think the answer is actually yes. We will start by putting the Beseiju on the bottom. If we hit Flare, then this hand looks insane. Okay. Okay. Veteran Explorer to start things off. Flare of Cultivation and Cabal Therapy are probably the hardest cards that we can have right now. Opponent goes Undercity Sewer, binning the Chrome Mox. That's not bad. Alright. They go Flooded Strand into nothing. Okay. Let's start off with a Peatland. And then we will swing. Okay. Nothing's too crazy here. I can't imagine that the opponent was holding an Orkibo. No Orkibo being held. Alright. I mean, this is huge. Now, obviously, they could have, like, Opposition Agent. And we're going to look kind of dumb if they have Opposition Agent. Show and Tell. Yeah. Okay. I mean, what do we name out of Omnitel? I guess we just name, like, Omniscience now? Or, Oh, opponent just scoops it up. We got there. Holy cow. All right, that is insane. We got a 3-2 in our second Legacy League. Rad. I'll see you guys in the wrap-up. Okay, so we went 3-2 with this deck. We are still barely understanding what we're doing. We borked the video, but we got there, and that's what matters. The deck is pretty strong. I definitely like this version more so than the, like, 4-color NicFit version. Has this converted me to being a Legacy player? Jury's still out on that. But this deck is really fun. I definitely think that instead of this copy of Ominous Harvest, it should be playing Witherbloom Command. Like, that card is insane. Just being able to sack your Veteran Explorer, draw cards, and ramp. Like, that's everything that you would want this deck to have. So maybe some number of Witherbloom Command is probably good in the main. The Ugin and the Emrakul package is really interesting, but the amount of times where it was relevant is super low. But overall, the deck is fun. The deck is fine. Sideboard is what you would expect from Legacy to deal with all of the shenanigans, but I like it. But you know what I'd like more? For y'all to like and subscribe, do the whole YouTube thing, tell me what you want to see me play next. Maybe I'll go back to Modern, because again, people gotta grind. But until next time, peace.